Okay, perfect. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. This is a Zoom strength and balance class with me, Hannah, and Lupin, and possibly joined by another dog. You will need a set of weights. Today, I'm going to use a 3-pound weight. You can use a 2, 3, or a 5. I also have my water and I have my mat right here. We're not going to be down on the floor. I just like it because it's comfortable to stand on. You'll also need a chair or, you will need a chair or some other piece of equipment or household item that you can use for support. For example, standing close to the wall or the kitchen counter. So somewhere where you can find some support for balance. All right, let's begin. We're going to stand up and we're going to start with a warm-up. Excuse me. Oh, somebody joining in. All right, I won't need my chair immediately, so we're going to stand up nice and tall and march those feet. Let's think about having a nice posture the whole way through our class. So we're standing up nice and tall. Think about those abdominal muscles. So pulling that belly button in towards your spine, relaxing those shoulders. And we're going to keep marching. I should take my sweater off before I get too warm. And we're going to start by moving our shoulders. So taking those shoulders up towards your ears and relaxing down. Good, we'll do this a couple of times. And down, up, and down. And now let's roll our shoulders. So nice big circles. Pick those shoulders up, roll them back. Good, let's go in the other direction. So roll those shoulders forwards. We're still marching those feet. And let's bring those arms out to the side. Making little circles. And back in the other direction. And we're going to make nice big circles now. So reaching those arms forwards, just like we're out swimming. Reaching forwards, pulling those arms back. Let's go back in the other direction. Swimming a nice, easy backstroke. Good. I wonder if it'll be warm enough to swim in the lake this weekend. Maybe if you're brave. Oops, somebody's joining us. Good. Let's pay attention to our feet for a little bit. Let's take, whoops, sorry, dog. Let's take one foot and we're going to touch our toe and our heel. He didn't like that. Toe and heel. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. One more. Tap your toe, tap your heel. Let's switch to the other side. Tap your toe and your heel. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. One more. Tap your toe, tap your heel. Good. Now we'll start pedaling those heels. So up onto one toe and then the other. Lifting one heel at a time. Let's add in one arm at a time. Ending at the elbow, bring that hand up towards the shoulder. Lupin, there's nothing there. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This. All right, let's take both arms. Bring those arms up, press them back. Bend and press. Good. Both hands up, press them back. Hands up and up. Up and down. And down. One more. Up. Press back. Good. Let's shake those feet out. Kick those feet forwards. Shake those arms a little bit. And we're going to tap our toes. So let's keep our heels in contact with the floor and tap those toes. You can wiggle those toes. Scrunch those toes up. Stretch them out. This is easier if you have bare feet. But that's okay. You can still wiggle those toes inside your shoes. Let's pay attention to our hands now too. Pick those hands up, wiggle our fingers. We're going to squeeze those hands, stretch those hands out. Squeeze to make a fist. I'm coming closer so you can see me. Squeeze and stretch. Squeeze and stretch. You tap those toes at the same time if you want to. Squeeze and stretch. Squeeze and stretch. Squeeze and stretch. And then let's tap fingers to thumb. Good. Pick up that march again. And let's take a nice deep breath. Big inhale, reach those arms up. And exhale. Good, one more. And relax, good. And another big deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. We're going to warm up our hips. Let's pick up one knee, take it out, step down. Pick that knee back up, back to center, step down. Other side now. Lift that knee, turn that knee out. So nice opening of that hip. Pop that foot down. Up, back in, and down. Once more on each side. Up, out, and down. Up, back in, and down. Other side. Up, out, down, up, in, down. And let's walk those feet out a little bit wider, and we're going to circle our hips. Very good. Nice big circles, nice and slow. Let's go around in the other direction now. Good. Very good. All right, shake those arms and legs out. We're going to begin. Let's grab a quick drink. Let's see if we can finish all of our water today. I'm going to start with some sit to stands. So let's use our chair. We're going to sit, sitting somewhere in the middle of your chair. So there's a space between your back and the back of the chair. So you're sitting up kind of under your own steam rather than leaning back and letting the chair support you. Let's think about our posture. So pulling that belly button in towards your spine, our shoulders are relaxed and down. My feet, I want to take the outside of my heels to touch the inside of this chair leg. And then when I sit down, I'm in exactly the right place. So we're going to stand up, and then we're going to pause halfway down. I'll do one, and then you can join in afterwards. So we'll stand up, halfway down. We're going to pause and continue to sit down. Good. So let's stand up, come down to halfway, and all the way down. Good. And again, stand up, halfway down, all the way down. Great. Stand up, big exhale as you stand up. Bend those knees to come halfway down and all the way down. Good. We keep going. Up, halfway down, all the way down. And the closer your bum is to the chair when you pause, the more difficult that's going to be, the more challenging. So up, and when I say halfway down, you can have a little bend of those knees, or you can be almost touching the chair and hold it here. And then sit. Good. Let's do two more. All the way up, halfway down, pause here, and lower. And once more, all the way up, halfway down, and lower. Very good. Now let's stand up one more time. So now we're going to do some heel raises. So I want the back of my chair for some support. I want you to be able to see me. So I'll stand to the side so you can see my heels. We're standing up nice and tall, using this chair for some support, thinking about the upper body. So nice relaxed shoulders, pulling that belly button in towards your spine. We're going to come up onto our tiptoes and slowly lower those heels down. Good. So trying to move nice and slowly as we lower. Good. It takes a lot of control, takes a lot of balance, but that's why we use the chair. Good. We'll do 4 more. 1. Nice and slowly down. 2. And 3. And 1 more. Very good. All right, I'm going to turn to face you. We're going to do some leg raises, and we're going to raise that leg out in front of us. So again, we want to think about our posture And we want to try to avoid tipping to the side when we lift our legs or lifting that chest forwards. Our upper body wants to stay fairly, you know, not rigid, but relaxed and still. And we'll take one leg at a time and just lift it out in front of us. We don't need to worry about lifting that leg a certain height off the floor. Much more important to be slow and controlled and thinking about that good body position. Good. We'll do 2 more on each side. Here's 1, another 1, and 2, and 2. Good, very good. Let's have a quick sip of that water, and then we will do, excuse me, we'll do the same thing, same 3 exercises again. So starting with our sit to stands. We're going to stand all the way up, down. We're going to pause for a second and then continue to sit down. And when I say halfway down, you can kind of choose where you pause. The closer your bum is to the chair, the more challenging it's going to be. So see if you can push yourself a little bit. But yeah, do what you can. Here we go. We're going to drive down with those feet, stand up, come to halfway, and down. Good. Push up, come to halfway, and down. Up to halfway, and down. Great. Up, halfway, all the way down. Good. Coming up and halfway, and down. Good. Then up, go halfway, and down. 2 more, all the way up, squat to halfway, and sit. The last one, all the way up, push down to halfway, and sit. Good, very good. Now, before you get too relaxed, let's push up to feet again, and we'll repeat our heel raises. All right, let's stand up nice and tall. I'll turn this way so you can see my heels. We're going to push up to tiptoes, lower those heels to the floor. So remember, we're keeping a nice tall chest. We're looking up and ahead. We don't need to look at our feet. We need to look up where we're going. We're using that chair for balance and support. And moving really slowly. Excellent, excellent exercise. That's a tongue twister for our calves. So there's lower leg muscles for our ankles and our foot strength too. Last one. Excellent. All right, let's turn to face the front and we'll repeat those leg raises. So holding the chair again for some support and then lift each leg. Nice and slowly, 1 at a time. Good. Not worrying about taking that leg too high. And remember, we're keeping our upper body relaxed, but we're also not, we're keeping our shoulders level. So we're not letting our shoulders drop to the side that we're lifting the leg. We're not doing this. We're not leaning forward. 2 more on each side. Here's 1. And 2. Good, very good. Relax, shake those legs out. Let's have a drink. Good. All right, we're going to pick up our weights. We'll do some bicep curls to start with. Now, when we usually do these, I don't often talk about how we want our feet to be. We just stand any which way, feet about hip width apart, but we're going to try and challenge, give ourselves a little bit of a gentle balance challenge here. So we're going to bring our feet really close together. So this is called decreasing your base of support. So the area between my feet is my base of support. Generally, the bigger the base of support you have, the easier it is to balance. So with a wide base of support, I'm very secure. And with a small base of support, I'm slightly insecure. Both my feet are flat on the floor, so we're pretty safe here. I'm close enough to my chair should I need that extra balance, assistance, but we're going to have our feet as close as we can just to, it's going to make those abdominal muscles work a little bit harder as we stand. It's going to challenge that balance a little bit. So let's stand up nice and tall, feet as close together as you can confidently stand, I think is the best way to say it. Palms facing out, and let's curl up one arm and then the other, and then we go 2 arms and then 2 arms again. Good. 1 arm, that second arm, and then 2, nice and slow on the way down, and 2. Good. 1 arm, the other arm, let's go 2, and 2, and then 1 arm, the other arm, and these are the last pair, 2, so slow on that way down, 2, good, very good. Shake those feet out. We're going to keep hold of the weights. I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see how I set up this position. Feet about hip width apart, so back to that big base of support. Soft knees, stick your bum out. We're going to keep our upper body so it's almost in like a 45-degree angle. And from here, we're going to take those arms out to the side. So from the front, it's going to look, the chair's in the way. From the front, we're going to look like this. So let's be ready. We're going to go 1 arm and the second arm, and let's do both together for 2. 1 and 2. Very good. Now 1 arm and the other. Let's do both arms for 2 and 2. Good. 1 arm, nice and slow, the second arm. Let's do both for 2. 1 and 2, and then 1 more. 1 arm, the other arm, both arms for 2. Here's 2. Super. All right, very good. We're going to work 1 arm at a time now, so you can pop 1 weight down. I'm going to again stand up nice and tall, and let's keep our feet just at that comfortable hip width. Nice soft knees. My hand is facing, my palm is facing me. So we're going to curl that hand up, so like that hammer curl, bring it up to shoulder, and then push straight up, and then curl down. So curl up, and then push up above your head. Good, let's keep going. 1, this is number 3. Good, so my palm, you see my palm is facing my body, so a little bit different to those bicep curls. And nice and slow as we lower down. Good, slowly as we lower, up and above head. Good, 1 more. Curl up, push above head. Good, let's switch to the other side. So curl that hand up, up above head. Good, and maybe one arm feels much different to the other. That's pretty normal. But one side would be a little bit stronger than the other. Remembering to keep breathing so we're not holding our breath through the movement. Good. And last one. Good. Very good. Put that weight down. We're going to have a drink. Shake those arms out. Let's repeat those. So let's take those bicep curls. And remember we had our feet really close together, close as they can be. Standing up nice and tall. So that shoulders are right back, pulling that belly button in towards your spine. Let's go one arm, second arm, both together for 2. 1, slowly on the way down, 2. Now one arm at a time, 1, and the other, both for 2. 1, slowly as you lower, 2. Good. One arm at a time, 1 and 2. Both arms together for 2. And one more round of each. One arm at a time. Both arms together, 1 and 2. Perfect, very good. All right, walk those feet out so you're in more of a hip width position. You want to have soft knees, stick that bum out, and keep those shoulders back. My upper body, let's see it this way, kind of almost at 45 degrees there. So we're going to go one arm, second arm, both. All I can hear is the TV. I hope it's not really loud. 1, 2, and 2. Good, let's keep going. One arm at a time, nice and slow. And let's do both arms together. 1, and for 2. And one more round. One arm, the other arm, arms together for 2. 1 and 2. Very good. Let's stand up straight. We'll grab our one weight. And remember, we're going to do that hammer curl and that push up above head. So standing up nice and tall, knees a little bit soft, feet are hip width apart. Check in with that posture, pull that belly button in towards your spine, pull that weight up and overhead. Good. Pull that weight up, up overhead. Great. Up, up overhead. Slowly on that way down. Good, good, good. 3 more. This is 1. Here's 2. Curl, arm press. Good, last one. Curl, arm press. Great, let's switch the weight to the opposite hand. Curl our hand up, up above head. Good. Curl up. And slowly on the way down. Up. Nice and slow. And up. Very good. Go up. Right up overhead. Slow as we bring that weight back down. 3 more. Is 1. And 2. And 3. Nice and slow there. Very good. All right. Pop that weight down and let's take a deep breath and have a drink. Let's take a deep breath. Nice big inhale. Reach those arms up, stretch for the ceiling. And exhale. Good. We're going to sit down for one last exercise. So sitting up nice and tall, somewhere towards the front of your chair. Hello, puppy. And I want you to think again about your posture. We say this all the time. Pulling that belly button in towards your spine, relaxing those shoulders. I want you to also imagine that there's a piece of string attached to your head, pulling you up towards the ceiling. So imagine it's going to make your spine really long. So let's think about that nice long spine. Our feet are flat on the floor. I like to put my hands on my hips. I'm going to hinge at the hips and lean forward, come back to center, and then lean back. So it looks like this. Good. So coming forwards, back to center, and then backwards. Good. Nice and slowly. We'll just do one round of these and we're about halfway through that round. Making sure those shoulders are relaxed. And we have that nice tall spine. So we don't have our neck, our chin tucked in. We're not hunched over at the shoulders. Let's do 2 more. Excuse me. 1. And this is 2. All right, very good. Relax here. Have a drink if you need to, and then we are going to work on some balance. So we'll want to be close to our chair or the counter, back of the sofa, the wall, whatever it is that you're going to use for some support today. We're going to start off kind of warming up into our balance by standing with our feet in that very narrow position that we talked about earlier. So feet as close together as they can be, that very narrow base of support. I want you to think about pushing down into the ground with all the parts of your feet. So pressing down into the ground with your heels, through the middle of your foot, through into the front part of your foot and all the way into your toes. So all those parts of your feet are really squishing into the mat. We're standing up nice and tall. Our rib cage is over our hips. That sounds like a very obvious thing to say. If I turn this way, you'll see my rib cage is directly over my hips. If I was leaning forward slightly, then it wouldn't be. And if I was leaning back, it would be out of line. So yeah, standing up really nice and tall, rib cage over hips. Pulling that belly button in towards your spine. And that doesn't have to be a movement, just enough so you can feel those core muscles, feel that engagement here. Relaxing our shoulders, lifting that chest a little bit and looking up and ahead. And now you have perfect posture. Let's reach one arm right up to the ceiling. Let's switch to the other side. Good, let's bring both arms up. And arms to the side. And then we're going to reach forwards. Turn those palms up and then down. Up. Down, up, and down, and let's have one up, one down, and flip, up, up, and flip, one up, one down, and flip. Relax the arms, and then step those feet a little bit wider. Oh, shake it out to be a little bit more comfortable. All right, the next one we're going to do, we're going to take some small side steps. Move my chair out of the way. I'm going to start at one end of the Lupin. There's a baseball bat and baseballs in the box, and the dog knows it and he keeps trying to steal them. All right, we're going to stand. I'm going to stand at the end of my mat with my hands on my hips, and I'm going to take little steps, little side steps, almost like a little shuffle. We're looking up and ahead and trying to maintain that nice posture. We're different things with our arms to challenge our balance. So first time, tiny little steps, just as many as your space allows. I'm just going to the edge of my mat so you can still see me. Let's reach both arms to the ceiling. And notice if that feels different, if changing the shape of your body increases or decreases your balance. Let's bring both arms side. So we're moving pretty quickly. And let's bring one arm up. And switch. And then both hands on your hips. And that maybe feels easier again. Good. Super. All right, I need my chair back again now. we're going to do some really slow, like knee balances. Which doesn't mean we balance on our knees, that's a misleading name. Let's stand up nice and tall, our feet are about hip width apart. I'm first going to take the weight onto my left side, so shift my weight, bend that knee a little bit. I'm going to pick my knee up and then hold it here. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see a little better what that looks like. Picking my knee up. So you see my upper leg parallel with the floor, and then this foot here is just relaxed. So I'm just going to hold this here for a moment, holding onto the chair as much as you need to. And then relax. Good. Let's do one more on that same side. So lift that knee. Relax. Let's go to the other side. So take the weight onto your right leg. Pick up that left knee. And you can bring it as high or as low as you want, really. As long as you're lifting at the knee rather than just taking your foot off the floor. But it can be lower, it can be down. And relax. And then one more on the side, lifting that knee up, and we're just holding it here for a few moments. Good, and relax, very good. Okie dokie. We are going to do some more standing on one leg. Again, I'm going to take the weight onto my left side. So nice soft knee. Start by taking my right foot, so my toe is touching the floor. Then I'm going to take that right foot up off the floor. We're going to stand up nice and tall. We're looking up and ahead. We're thinking about all the posture things that we've been talking about. So pulling that belly button in towards your spine, relaxing those shoulders. We're holding onto the chair as much as we need to. And we're being very relaxed through that foot that's on the floor. So if that foot is tense, or if your toes are tucked in, that makes balance really, really difficult. So you want your foot to be as big as possible to give you a maximum kind of base of support. So if you're leaning on one side of your foot, that doesn't help. If your toes are screwed up, if your foot is very tense. So let's try and have a nice relaxed foot. I know that's easier said than done. And when you feel as comfortable as you can here, we're going to look up to the ceiling. And then look down to the floor. Well, your cereal is there that you didn't finish. You can eat that. Let's look back up to center, turn your head to the left. And then back to center and turn that head to the right. Good, let's go back to center and then slowly bring that foot down to the floor. Very good. You can take a couple of steps, walk forwards and backwards a bit so you're feeling more relaxed here. And let's take the weight onto our right side, or the opposite side. I'm going to take the weight onto my right, take my left foot up so my toe is touching the floor. And then when we're ready, you take that one foot off the floor. And we'll concentrate on our posture for a moment. Thinking about those abdominals, thinking about our shoulders, thinking about where we're looking, so it's up and ahead. Thinking about having a relaxed foot, so foot is pressing into the floor. It's as big as it can be, spreading those toes out. And then let's look up to the ceiling. And down to the floor. Back to center, and let's turn to look to the left. And to the right. And back to the center. Good. Place that foot on the floor. Very good, everyone. Shake those arms and legs out. Take a few steps, walk around a little bit to get yourself back into a normal headspace so you're not thinking about balancing. And then we'll come back and we'll do one. Okay, just need to go and tell off the dog. You have to hold the bowl, Bruce. Hold it with you. Look at chugging. All right, we're going to do some of our tightrope walking. And I'm going to stand up at the edge of my mat here so you can see me. We're standing up nice and tall. And we're taking those heel to toe steps. And if you can't quite get heel to toe, that's okay. Bringing those feet as pretty close to each other. Now we've done this a few times before and it always seems like it's a little bit easier to go fast. So I really want to try and go nice and slowly forwards and backwards. And our aim also is not to look at our feet. So we're looking up and ahead. I'm cheating a little bit because I'm looking at the camera and I'm looking at my feet in the camera. Good, nice and slowly. His feet as close together as they can be. All right, make your way back so that you can see me. And let's have a drink and then we will stretch together. So we'll start by bringing one arm across our body. Nice big stretch here. Take some deep breaths. Oh, that's too deep of a breath. Good, relax, switch to the other side. Good, we'll bring one arm straight up, bend that elbow, and then let's bring that other hand behind you and see how close together you can get those hands. It's interesting to check this every now and again and see how your shoulder mobility is. Good, let's relax that lower hand, relax that top hand very slowly, and then bring the second one up, arm straight to the ceiling, bend your elbow, bring that other hand back behind, and see how it is on this side. Is it very different? Is this the good side or the bad side? Or are they the same? Good, relax the hand, relax that top arm. Very good, let's come and sit down. And we're going to sit up, feet, I guess feet are about hip width apart here. Stick our one foot, I'm going to start with my right. Think about your arch of your foot coming towards your shin. And we're going to make this movement a couple of times. So bring arch of your foot towards your calf, towards the side, towards your lower leg. And we do this a couple of times to kind of feel that hip opening here. Feel that hip rotation. See how that feels for you today. When you're ready, we're going to pause. So you can pause with your foot just here on your calf and feel that stretch all in that hip. If you want to take it further, take that foot up so it's on top of this other leg. I would caution you that if it feels like it's a struggle to put it into that position, or it's going to be a struggle to get it back out, choose the lower option. Good, we're sitting up nice and tall, just relaxing. And then let's relax, and we'll go to the other side. So arch towards calf. Do that a couple of times to feel that rotation of your hip. And then hold this right here. Or if you want to, take that foot up. And maybe you can do one side and not the other in this more challenging position, and that's okay, that's really normal. Good. Let's relax. Why are we all making a noise? Oh, the mailman is here. All right, we're going to take our hands, reach for the back of the room, stretch those arms back. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're going to look up, lift that chest, and take a nice big inhale here. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale. Wrap those arms around you. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. Let's stand up. Give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you so much for coming. I will see everybody next time. Thanks, friends.
Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend.
You too.
Thanks, Hannah.
Thanks, Hannah.
Bye now.